Hi friends, welcome to Hygge and Homeschool. My name is Maya and I am the homeschool mom of a third grader and a toddler. And today I'm going to be talking about February. It's going to be a little bit of a review of our February month. And at the end I'm going to be looking forward a little to what we're going to be doing in March. I have a lot to talk about. I read an awesome parenting book. We're having some changes in our math curriculum, and we went through some awesome unit studies that I'm going to be talking about. So welcome and lean back with a cup of tea or coffee and let's chat about it. So first off, I read this amazing book, Simplicity Parenting by Payne. I'm going to be making a book review about this, a little longer video, but I just want to say it was awesome. I have had this on my bookshelf since Mathilde was a baby. I think someone gifted it to me when she was a baby, and I always wanted to read it, and finally this month or last month, February, I sat down and I read it, and it was really good. It's about simplifying everything in parenthood, like your kids' toys, activities, the home life, kind of simplifying it down. I can really recommend it. For me, I feel the most important lesson was to simplify my words. I talk. And I think YouTube is actually a good outlet to get some of all my talk out in videos instead of just at home. So it's a really good book. When the book review comes out in a few days, I am gonna link it below. But for now, I'm just gonna say read it if you like that kind of content about simplifying parenting. So that was a book review. So in homeschool, everything kind of goes okay. Mathilde's really good at just sitting down, doing her workbooks. We're doing some really awesome, I think, unit studies. She started reading these again. The Renly books. We read them to her, I want to say in first grade, maybe kindergarten. My husband read them out loud just when she was learning to read. So they sat together and read them. And now she's kind of found them again. It's like a renaissance. She's remembering them. And now she reads them all on her own. And they're lovely books. I really like them. There's a whole series. I think there's like, I want to say 21 books, but I'm not sure. But these are really good. In our homeschool, a thing that's not going very well, but that's completely on me, is our French. I can't find anything that combines kids learning alongside with their parents. I don't know if we have to go in an app, Duolingo, something. I don't know Duolingo. I've just heard people mentioning it, but I have to check it out. I had hoped we could find like an online tutor to take the both of us, but either it's like only for adults or only for kids. There's nothing that kind of combines, and I really would like us to learn alongside each other. I thought that could be so much fun. So French is the only one, but that's totally on me. That I just haven't found the resources. Then the big change this month, which is really big for me, is we used to do Beast Academy, and I still love it. I really love the curriculum, and we're continuing it. We're continuing it online. But Mathilde kind of she used to love doing all the puzzles. There's like a lot of puzzles and stuff where you could sit, being cozy, kind of like Sudoku work, if that makes sense. That was in the lessons. And then there was some stuff where she didn't completely understood what they were saying. And I had a hard time because there's no teacher's guide. There's just the comic books. And I didn't know exactly how to teach her or to go from there. My husband is really good. He has like the more mathematical brain, but he couldn't He has a period right now where he's working really late, so he couldn't sit with her every night. And I was like, we need something else. And online, we're doing both. Beast Academy goes really well. There's the videos that I feel explain a lot. But in the brick and mortar, in the paper books, she was kind of stalling a little bit. And I felt like she was getting annoyed. It wasn't working out that great. So I looked into it. I saw a ton of videos out here of people reviewing different curriculums. And I decided to get this one. We had this one in kindergarten, I think. And I loved it. I loved the way it was laid out. The thing I didn't love about the kindergarten was there was so many loose parts. There's way too many loose parts for me. And I want like an open and go. I don't want something where I have to pull out a ton of stuff. And we were also living in 900 square foot, a tiny little house. And we had way too many books and way too much stuff already. And I didn't like that part. But then I heard in the third grade reviews that there was like a lot less manipulative here. I must say I do like the hands-on aspect. It was just there was a lot. And now we're trying it, and we've done it for a week now, and Mathilde loves it. She really loves it, and it's for her super easy. It's open and go. I'll be making a review of this one when I have time in the future. And then we're still continuing the Beast Academy online version. So she has those two combined into like one wonderful math curriculum. So another big thing that happened in February was Mathilde baked her own cookies. And when I say baked, she did everything. She found the ingredients. She measured them out. She made the dough. She put them in the oven. She took them out of the oven. And I was so impressed. She even cleaned up most of it. I was so impressed. And it's just this 9-year change from being a kid to preteen is just amazing to watch, how independent she gets, that she can just do this. And I really love it. Another thing that I talked about, I'm just looking at my notes if I got everything about that, was, and I don't know, I'm kind of going back on my word. It's a little bit of a bad thing, but I talked to Mathilde. If you remember back in my December review, I was talking about Mathilde really wanted to do YouTube. And she wanted to get her face out there, and after thinking and asking for advice, and I said yes. I said yes that she could make videos, get her face out there. We made a few at home, to try that we didn't put online. And then came January, and it just didn't, I don't know, there's something off. Maybe that's why I've been thinking so much about it. So I kind of went back on my word. I feel really bad. I apologized to her and I said, how about you can share your hands in the video and your voice, and maybe you can help me in my videos. I'm okay with my kids. My little toddler often comes walking down and puts her hands in and stuff when I'm doing videos. I'm okay with that, but I don't know. We're talking a lot, and Mathilde's slowly getting older, so of course she gets a bigger and bigger say in if she wants her face online. Where I'm like, no, but if she wants to, I think it's a really hard one. If you have any thoughts about it, please put it in the comments. There's also the aspect, I don't even know what the YouTube rules are for putting kids in videos anymore. I know, there's some families where you feel like the kids are working, and I really don't wanna go there. I make these videos. I have so much fun. It's like my creative outlet. I love it, and I think the fun for us also, especially these review videos, they're going to be fun to look at a year from now and see where we were and what's happening. And I don't want to deprive her of that, but I also don't want my 9-year-old's face online. I think it's so hard because she really wants to do videos, and right now I'm thinking of making some videos where her hands are in and she's helping me do crafts and helping me. She also helps. She's not helping me today, but often she's behind the camera. She turns it on, turns it off, turns the light on, and we have so much fun. So I get why she want to do it, and you can see I really love it. I love the whole process of planning out my video. I sit by hand and take notes and what am I gonna say, and so I feel that's that's a hard one to think about and figure out. And I know there's some families who just put their kids online, and there's some family who is like they're never going online, not even one baby picture. And I'm somewhere in between. I don't want a lot of bad people on the internet kind of dictating what my daughter can do on one hand. On the other hand, I don't know. I simply do not know. We live in an era where, the internet is here. What are we going to do about it? She's also started now asking about a phone. She's in a dance class, and there's one of the girls who has a phone. I've asked how many, and it's only one at this age where they're between, I think, 7 and 14. And I think it's actually amazing that it's only one girl who has a phone in that whole dance class that we know of. And now we're at this stage where I actually would like for her to have a phone, or having some way of contacting me if, I don't know, she get a tummy ache, or there was one time where I was running late and I was a little bit ill. The toddler was ill, and I called another mom and said, can you pick Mathilde up from the dance class? And I just thought at that point, it would have been wonderful if I could just shoot Mathilde a text too, this and this mom is picking you up today. There's a whole social media, phones and whatnot. I really hope if some of you want to put a comment, what are your thoughts? What are you doing? Are you just fine letting your kid go online? I don't know. I think it's such a hard question. What you're gonna do. Yes. Of other things we do, we celebrate the Valentine's Day. We made little hearts. Mathilde got the sweetest card from one of her friends. And then we did our unit studies, which was so much fun also. We did the Stone Age. Again, I have made a video, I'm gonna link it below, but what I do is I teach kind of the Danish, because I'm Danish. So I teach that as kind of like a spine through history, at least that's what I'm doing now. And then we go out to all these different other places, what's happening, because Denmark had like a very slow start. So the next unit study that we've just finished up was the ancient civilization. We're not finished up with that, but like the Sumerians, and we kind of went, I don't know if I'm saying it right, this is Sumerians in Mesopotamia. You can comment if I'm butchering the name, but those people, and then I wanted to zoom in on them and see what they were doing, and see what like they had the wheel, they had the water, what kind of grains, what animals, what other places in the world at the same time look like this, and how were they evolving, how were they, because they were making civilizations too. And then for that time, I think Denmark was mostly covered in ice, and if we did anything up there, it was just hunting mammoths and being Stone Age people for thousands of years, while empires developed around the world. And it was just so interesting. So what I tried to do was like zoom in on Mesopotamia, and then zoom out and kind of get that world perspective. That was my goal with this one. And then we did a little bit of the story of writing. I would have hoped that we could have made these little, I've seen so many homeschoolers do this activity, these little clay plates where they did the little cuneiform signs in it, that we could have done something like that. We didn't get to do it this time around. We simply didn't have time, but we did get to look at the cuneiforms, and we read some awesome stories that I'm going to be making a little unit study video and show you all the books. They're right here behind me that we used in that unit study. So that was our February, and right now I'm preparing for March, where we're going to be having about plants and trees and everything that grows and photosynthesis, and hopefully figuring out some kind of French curriculum for us, because I don't speak it. I'm also thinking if we should just continue with the Danish. I mean, we are going to continue with the Danish, but say that that's a second language. I wanted to learn French and Spanish, and I want to learn those two as well. So yes, that was my February. I hope you all had a wonderful February, and I am gonna be back very soon sharing the book review for this book when we get into this one a little more. Review about Math with Confidence, and have a wonderful weekend whenever you watch this, what's going on out there with you. I hope to see you soon on this channel. Thank you so much for watching.